What's up guys, welcome to the channel, welcome to Reviews on Anything. My name is Peter and today we are once again proving that we really review anything. We're having a look at a toothbrush, as you can see presented in this lovely case. It's from a company called Proscenic and they have as their slogan, endless love for family. So that is interesting. It's written actually on the brushes here that you maybe can read, and it's also here on the side of the cup. It is an electric toothbrush, so I don't have to explain to you what it does. It is obviously designed to clean your mouth and teeth, but it has a few tricks up its sleeve. It's actually quite an interesting unit. You get this case, which is very nice, hard plastic, closes magnetically, obviously for traveling. They claim it has a 60-day battery life with regular use. Now I didn't test that out fully, but it does indeed have a very long battery life, because as you can see it is actually reasonably large, which means it can house a large battery as well as a large motor. Besides the case, you get these two brushes obviously and the unit itself. You get this cup, which is always handy when you're brushing your teeth, and you get the docking and charging station, and that is also something quite special, but we'll get to that in a second. Let's first have a look at the unit itself. I'll take it out of the case, put this to the side. It's a fairly simple shape, very nice and cleanly designed. I really like it. The fact that it's black though means that you are going to see every single water stain and every single toothpaste stain on it. So that is something, you have to clean it for it to remain looking this nice. But it is IPX7 certified, so you can actually use it in the shower and wash it under running water, no problem. Now it's probably hard to see on camera, but there are 4 hidden lights here in the body of the unit. That shows you which brushing program you are on, and more interestingly, there is a Bluetooth light as well. That means you can connect this to your phone with an app, and in the app you can actually set your preferred brushing settings. The brushing programs are also sort of embedded in the unit itself, so you can just operate them with the power button here. Now I already said that the beauty of a larger unit like this is that you can house a strong motor, which I'll demonstrate by turning it on. That's the faster setting, and as I put it on the table, you can hear how fast it is brushing. This button is also used to cycle through the different modes. So that's a different brushing mode, and again a different mode, and again a different mode, and then back to normal. Now all this brushing power will take some getting used to, especially when you come from a normal rotating electric toothbrush. This is a real different experience. It's very much the same as the sonic hairs from Philips, for example, that also vibrate very fast. This actually even goes faster, but it is a very different way of brushing, and that's also indicated by the shape of the brush. As you can see, it is a rectangular shape, not a round shape, so it is very much the same as your normal hand, non-electric hand toothbrush. So you're still, able to brush normally with this, which you're not with a rotating round brush. Putting it on, I'll show you that you have the full view of the whole unit. It looks kind of nice, it looks very stealthy. I kind of like the black design. It also comes in white, by the way, if that's more your kind of thing. It fits in your bathroom better. So that's the unit itself, including a brush. You get another brush included that is slightly smaller, as you can hopefully see, so you can be a bit more precise. And you have a backup brush, which is always nice. Other brushes, I'm not sure about compatibility with normal brushes you can buy over the counter here in Europe. So that might be a small issue, but you can probably order them online and they'll just be delivered to your house. Now that's the toothbrush taken care of. Let's have a look at the other two things. You get a cup included in the packaging, which is nice. It's plastic, so it won't shatter when you drop it in your bathroom, but it seems a bit random. Why would they include a cup? Well, that brings us to the charging base. And I say base, but this is something that you actually hang on your wall. You can remove this little inlay, and there's 2 holes for screws, but there's also an adhesive included, so you can just stick it to your bathroom wall. And that is actually where your toothbrush charges. And the toothbrush sits here in the middle. You just plop it in there. Now, that's all jolly lovely, but there is obviously a few squares around this circle, as you probably have seen. Those are UV lights. Your toothbrush obviously is a buildup of bacteria, and the UV light kills those bacteria. So it is just a bit more hygienic than just leaving your toothbrush out all day. When you do leave your toothbrush out, obviously there's a lot of dust and stuff falling on it. That's where the cup comes in, because it fits right on here. So that makes sort of the perfect seal combination. You have the UV light cleaning your brush and killing the bacteria, and you have the cup over it so it stores nicely, and at the same time nothing nasty falls on your toothbrush. Now obviously I have to demonstrate that, so let me turn the lights off so you can actually see it. When you put the cup on top, it takes a second, and there we go. There's the light. That's killing your bacteria and your germs and your bacillus and everything that lives on your toothbrush. So this is how it sits in your bathroom at night, and as an added bonus you have a little bit of extra light. So for example, when you have to go to the toilet in the middle of the night, then you don't have to turn your big light on. Now when you take the cup off, the light goes off too. It's still charging, so no problems there, but the UV light is not sterilizing your toothbrush anymore. So it's actually worth it to keep the cup on. Not only does the cup have a place to stay, but for that extra bit of hygiene, obviously that is very nice. Now the only problem is that I have no way of verifying if any of this is true, if it actually does make a difference, so we have to believe the manufacturer by its statements. So after using the Proscenic toothbrush for a couple of weeks now, how do I feel about it? Well, as a toothbrush, I think it's a very rounded package. It looks good and it cleans very well. The high-speed cleaning is really something I like. I used a Philips Sonicare before, so I was quite familiar to the concept. This just takes it to an extra step with even more cleaning power, which is nice. The battery life is also nice, I suppose, but not really an issue because you just put it in the charger every night anyway, if you want that UV cleaning. Like I said earlier in the video, I have no way to prove if that UV cleaning actually works, but in general that is considered the way to clean your toothbrush best, besides changing the brushes often. So we'll have to take the manufacturer's word for it that it actually works like advertised. Now the fact that the toothbrush has app support and Bluetooth is a bit pointless for me personally. I certainly don't need an app to tell me how to brush my teeth, and I'm definitely not going to sit around for an evening programming my toothbrush to my desired brushing needs. For me, I would have a version without it if possible. Maybe it's interesting for somebody with kids, for example, to get them to brush more. But for me, yeah, it doesn't really add anything to the brushing experience. That said, you don't need to use the Bluetooth if you don't want to. It functions just as well without. So for me, it does a great job in brushing my teeth and keeping them clean throughout the day, because it actually brushes that thoroughly. And that, is all I need in a toothbrush. And it does that really well. Add to that the bacteria killing feature and the included cup, and I think you have a stylish thing to hang on the wall. It might be slightly awkward to route the power cable to where you want it to be, because if you're like me, you have your power plug inside a cupboard where you obviously cannot hang this up. But those are small details that you also run into with other toothbrushes. Overall, I like it. It's a good toothbrush, so it does what it needs to do, even though it has more features than you will probably need. This is Peter from Reviews on Anything with a look at the Proscenic electric toothbrush. Definitely check out what other home appliances and products they have to offer for you. In the meantime, also subscribe to the channel. That always helps us out a lot, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers!